Thanks so much. My name is Matthew Grachik, and I'm the CEO of PteroDynamics. We're an aircraft design and manufacturing company founded to commercialize our radically different VTOL aircraft design that we call TRANSWING, which folds its wings in flight to transition between rotorcraft and fixed wing configurations. When was the last time somebody claimed to have a truly novel aircraft design? Well, unless you've seen our aircraft and are familiar with it, you'll be seeing something unique today. I guarantee you that. Next slide, please. So-called advanced air mobility aircraft have the potential to disrupt just about every segment of the transportation industry, but it all depends on having aircraft that can accomplish these missions. Slide. Next slide, please. Thanks. And the U.S. drone delivery market is already significant and growing quickly. The defense market for unmanned aircraft is larger today, but growing more slowly. VTOL aircraft manufacturing for commercial applications is expected to overtake the government sector in 6 years. Next slide. So when you look at our TRANSWING design, they have several key advantages over other VTOL aircraft designs, including needing just 1/3 or less of the ground footprint of other VTOL aircraft with a similar wingspan, about twice the range and more endurance for any given payload and energy source, faster nominal cruise speeds, greater payload capability, and greater agility and stability during takeoff and landing. And this is especially critical when landing on a dynamic surface like a ship underway that is pitching, rolling, and heaving with a crosswind. Next slide, please. We're leveraging the advantages of our TRANSWING design to target missions that are time sensitive, involve high value cargo, and have destinations that are difficult to reach. Our initial target markets include military applications, civil maritime logistics applications, and industrial applications. And we match our aircraft advantages to market need that value those advantages most. Next slide, please. And so in those areas, we have significant traction. We have signed a contract with the U.S. Navy for logistics aircraft to deliver critical repair cargo to ships at sea. We are having active teaming investment negotiations at very high levels with 2 of the largest U.S. defense contractors, and are negotiating an investment and order of a significant quantity of aircraft with one of the largest international shipping companies, and are having active discussions with one of the largest telecommunications companies about a bespoke version of our aircraft to serve as an emergency communications relay platform. And it's important to note that every one of these opportunities came in unsolicited. There's tremendous demand for the unique capabilities of our aircraft. Next slide, please. Now, our Navy contract is worth describing in more detail. In early 2018, the Navy conducted a study and found that 90% of the critical repair cargo that were delivered by V-22 and H-60 aircraft weighed less than 50 pounds, and 80% weighed less than 10 pounds. So they launched the Blue Water Maritime Logistics Unmanned Aircraft System, or BWUAS program, to find an autonomous VTOL aircraft that could fill this critical need and free the manned aircraft to perform other higher value missions. And after a 3-year competition evaluating more than 65 different aircraft designs, the Navy awarded our company a contract to deliver 3 demonstration units in June. And if they like what we deliver, and I think that they will, this contract can go straight to a sole source non-competitive bid follow-on contract for more units and larger variants. Next slide, please. In terms of our intellectual property, we have 3 granted and 5 pending patents protecting the entirety of the TRANSWING design. And our core patent has 25 apparatus and 5 method claims, and was authored specifically to stand up in defense in the face of litigation. And the uniqueness of our aircraft design provides several paths for additional patent protection that are not relevant for other VTOL designs because they are dependent on the unique aspects of the TRANSWING design itself. Next slide, please. We have an excellent leadership team, I think, with experience launching breakthrough technology solutions, pioneering new markets, and developing novel aircraft designs at scale. Our management team has helped take several companies from concept through exit, generating billions in returns for investors and leaving a dent in the universe. Next slide, please. So ways to engage with us. We have just opened a safe note round for up to $3 million to allow us to capitalize on some of the opportunities immediately in front of us in advance of closing a larger round, which will be a price round, which we expect to close next April. We're also interested in connecting with people within the U.S. federal government who believe that our TRANSWING design might be a fit for programs they're working on. And finally, we're interested in speaking with more U.S. defense prime contractors about emerging teaming opportunities and existing teaming opportunities. Next slide. That's it. So I appreciate your time and attention and the opportunity to share our vision and plans with you and invite your questions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Dana, the floor is yours.
I'm probably not the only one on this panel thinking this right off the top of our head. Do you have any plans to maybe scale this thing way up? I mean, the novelty here is the wing configuration, right? Is there anything stopping you from doing something that could be manned?
So I would let our engineering leadership answer that, but no, I guess the shorter answer is no, and that's the question we get most often. You know, there's huge opportunity at the larger scale, and we are investing a lot of money and time on proving or doing that analysis, I should say, in order to be able to prove whether it can be done or not and to what scale. So specifically, we're conducting a study right now at the 6,000 to 12,000 maximum takeoff weight scale for a particular opportunity that we're working on with a defense prime. And you know, we're not sure where the boundary is, but we're keen to find it, and we haven't really, you know, found that barrier yet.
Okay, thanks for that.
Yes.
Perfect. Joseph, the floor is yours.
Hey, yeah, thanks. So impressive. I really like the airframe. Curious if you're working on any sort of beyond visual line of sight capabilities. You know, I think
yes.
that yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean so our one project we're working on a DoD opportunity is for a Group 3 light sub 330-pound gross weight vehicle that can carry a 50-pound payload, 300 nautical miles plus 30 minutes loiter on station. So we'll have a gen set on board that won't be all batteries. So now, you know, once we're at 300 nautical miles, that's pretty far. Obviously, that all has to be beyond visual line of sight. So full autonomy, detect and avoid, precision landing are all technologies that we need to incorporate into our design and our aircraft. Our strategy with that is not to build those things internally in-house. We think there's some great companies working on great solutions that we can integrate. We're actively having those conversations and sort of fielding those, doing that testing now. But yes, so we do need to have the ability of doing BWUAS sites and have all the other nuance. It's not just flying BWUAS, but also what do you do when the bird encounters something it didn't expect or loses comms? I mean, all of that has to be rolled in, and that's all stuff that we're working on.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, I appreciate that. And you know, it makes me think if you combine this with like an iris automation camera, you've got a great setup there. I had one other question I wanted to throw at you. You know, I think the thing I really like about the airframe is you get the range of a fixed wing, and you get the vertical takeoff flexibility. And I see the ship-based launch use case. I was wondering if you had other use cases in mind for this.
Sure. Well, you know, first off, you know, we've built and flown various iterations, different designs from 4-foot to 12-foot, a little over 12-foot wingspans. We've flown hundreds of flights. We have 2 flight computers we're maturing on the platform for different market segments. Other use cases include, like with our the global shipping company that we're partnered with. There is they are. I didn't talk too much in the slide about it, but so they have over 130 ships. They need to be able to deliver payloads to and from their ships underway at sea. They're one of almost 100,000 ships like this that need this capability, large oil tankers, bulk transport shippers, and things like that. So that is definitely, there are many use cases that are in addition to simply landing something for the Navy for critical repair cargo.
Perfect. So Dash, the floor is yours for the last question.
Sure, thank you. Great presentation. Just a question on, I say the Navy application, but have you looked into the app through AppWorks and through the Air Race ICO and stuff? Because I believe you said that you have flown different iterations of these aircrafts. And yes. So have you looked into the AppWorks program to see more about participation? Because we are interested in looking into you know, electric propulsion and the autonomy side of it. So yeah.
So right, we've we're raising this $3 million safe note now to, in advance of closing our price round next year, because we're faced with these kinds of opportunities that we're not enabled to pursue them all. AFWERX has certainly been something that we've been tracking. We participated early, sort of in a more of a passive way, but we've had some real tangible opportunities that we've wanted to pursue. So we had to focus our attentions, and we want to be able to broaden that focus and open the aperture there. So we would love to, very much get more involved with the Air Force and AFWERX and SOCOM and SOFWERX. There are lots of opportunities like that, as well as in the commercial space. So we're kind of faced with an insurmountable opportunity right now, we feel, and we need to prioritize those. So I'd be very interested in talking with you more about specific things that you might have in mind and ways that we could leverage what we've got with what you're working on.
Sounds good. Thank you.